Hello, Team 6-1 Social Studies students. This is Mr. Bush, and this is a screencast for Monday, September 14th. Today's really set aside for everybody to finish up their final copy of their flag projects. Today's a work day that you will work asynchronously on that piece of it. When you go into your social studies course, you will now see that a week 2 folder, this pinkish reddish color, has been unlocked for you. So when you click on it, there are going to be subfolders for each day of this week coming up. So if you click on today's folder, Monday, September 14th, there are a few documents in there that might be helpful. The first is a link to a directions page for the day. I'm going to go ahead and click on that right now just to explain a couple things. The first part of the directions actually talks about you just taking your rough draft and finishing the final copy. If you have not done so yet, you need to take that rough draft and turn it into your final copy of your flag project. The link here goes straight to the directions page that really hasn't changed much over the last week or so. You can see here that there were some directions from earlier last week about brainstorming, rough drafting, and then you can kind of see at the bottom that there are some changes here that are highlighted. Nothing as far as Monday is concerned. Okay, you're finishing your final copy, but then you can see that there have been some things added and highlighted. On Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to have you work on a brief writing assignment. That is the paragraph that explains your project. You can also see that per the email that you got last Friday from your advisory teachers, Social Studies will now be meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays for virtual learning. That is obviously a change from the original schedule, and if you have any questions about that change, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that during our live meeting on Tuesday, September 15th, and you are more than welcome to email me about those questions. So I've actually changed the final due date to Thursday, September 17th. So you actually have an additional day to finish up your project. We'll talk about turning in of the project. We'll talk about what you need to do with those paragraphs here in a little while. However, I do want to go back to that screen. There's just a little bit of explanation as to the change of the Google Meets to Tuesday and Thursday of this week. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. I've also included just those parameters of the final flags, which you've seen a bunch of times. So really, this isn't a ton of new information. These are just some reminders as you go to finish up your final draft of your flag project. Going back to the subfolder again for Monday the 14th, the other things in here are things that really aren't new. A link to the flag project direction sheet. So this is just another place where you can find the directions and the highlighted new portions of it. You can also find the rubric in which it describes how I will grade you for this project. A couple students have emailed me and asked me what to do with the rubric. The answer is, as a student, you don't have to do anything with this. I just wanted to show you what tool I will be using to grade your final project. If you want to go ahead and do some self-grading or some self-evaluation to make sure that you've hit on all the parts for the project, be my guest. I just wanted to be transparent with you on how I was grading the projects. And the final thing, again, and you've seen these in quite a few subfolders, were student examples of flags from previous years. So not a ton of new information in Monday's folder. Really, the main goal, again, is to finish up your good copy of your flag project. It's pretty important that you have your good copy done moving forward towards Tuesday, because once again, Tuesday we will be meeting live. So I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I do want to just point out that we will be meeting live at the same time, same codes that we met last week. We will be doing it on Tuesday and Thursday of this week. So again, if you forgot your class code or your class time for your period, those are listed under the Google Meets codes for Mr. Bush. And Tuesday's day will be set aside for the written response and introducing the written response to the flag project. So in other words, you will be taking your flag, you will be writing a paragraph description of why you included the 8 things that you did on their flag and what they represent. So that's what you can kind of look forward to on Tuesday. If you feel like working ahead or getting started with that paragraph, feel free. But during our Google Meet on Tuesday, we will be talking about all the expectations and parameters of that paragraph. So that's pretty much it for Monday. Again, my expectation is that you finish your final copy of your flag project, thinking about potentially beginning to write your paragraph or planning out what your paragraph is going to say for when we talk about it on Tuesday. And the last thing that I want to point out is a couple people have asked me again, how am I going to turn in the project? And the answer is one of two options. You are more than welcome to take a picture of the project and email it to me. That is fine by just sending it to my Gmail. Or if you don't want to do that, during our Google Meet Live meet on Thursday the 17th, I'm just going to have you hold up your flag on the webcam so that all the students can see it. So those are your two options for turning in your final draft. If you have any questions while you're working on your projects tomorrow, feel free to shoot me an email. I will be happy to answer your questions. I hope you have a great Monday. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Bye.